There is a small mistake, a very tiny detail that is almost impossible for most people to see with their eyes. It is something that many men do without even thinking when they reach out to give a woman a hug. Most of the time, they don't even have a clue that they are doing it. But even though it is small, in that one little moment, a woman's heart and her mind receive a very clear message. It is a message that goes straight to the back of her mind. It tells her that you might be missing a certain kind of strong, quiet, and calm energy. The truth of the matter is that very few men have ever really been shown the right way to hug a woman. It's not something they teach in school or at home. Today, I want to take you by the hand and walk you through four different kinds of hugs. We are going to look at three ways that usually don't work very well and see what those hugs are actually telling a woman's inner self. After that, we will spend some time talking about the fourth kind of hug. This is a very special hug. It is the kind of hug that makes a man stay in a woman's memory for a long time, while other men are forgotten almost as soon as they leave the room. It is a secret that very few people ever really talk about in public, so please stay here with me as we explore this together. My name is Sally, and I have spent a very long time studying how people think, how they feel, and the ways they get along with one another. My big goal in life is to help you understand what women are truly feeling deep inside, even those little things they never say out loud to anyone. I want to be very honest and direct with you, but I promise you this: there is never any judgment here. We are all just learning how to be better humans. Before we go any further, I want you to truly understand something deep in your heart. If you have made mistakes with this in the past, please know that it is not your fault. No one ever sat you down when you were younger to teach you these things. Our world often gives men a script for how to talk or how to act, but people usually leave out the most important part of the story: how to connect through the simple power of physical touch. So, I want you to take a slow, very deep breath right now. Today, all of that is going to change for you forever. There is a very basic rule in how a woman's mind works that explains why this matters so much. Usually, women feel things first, and then they think about those feelings a little bit later. While you might be busy looking at everything that is happening in a situation, thinking about what you should do next, or weighing the good and bad parts of a moment, her body has already made a choice. Her body has already decided how she feels about being close to you. This is just the way that humans are built. There is a part of our brain called the limbic system, but for today, we can just call it the feeling brain. This part of us acts much, much faster than the part of us that uses logic, numbers, and reason. A hug is a very powerful thing because it moves right past all of those words and all of that logic. It goes straight to that old, deep feeling brain that we all have. In less than 4 seconds of being close to you, her body finds the answer to a question she didn't even know she was asking. She is wondering deep down, does this man make me feel safe? Is he really here with me in this moment? Does he know who he is and where he stands in the world? You could be the funniest person in the room, the most interesting talker, or the most successful person in the world. But if the hug doesn't feel right, her body will simply ignore everything else. If this is helping you understand things a little better already, please show your support. It lets me know that I am on the right path to helping you find what you are looking for. Let's talk about what you should try never to do. The first big mistake is what I like to call the weak hug. You have probably given one of these before, or maybe you have received one from someone else. This is the kind of hug where your arms barely even touch the other person and your body stays quite far away. There is almost no pressure at all, almost like you are a little bit scared that the other person might break like glass if you touch them. Sometimes it is just that quick, one armed hug from the side that feels very rushed. Deep down in the soul, this kind of hug shows that you are not quite sure of yourself. It shows a bit of hesitation and a lack of a strong, solid presence. Her feeling brain translates this move as, he is not very confident. She won't use those words in her head, but she will feel that truth in her heart. And that feeling is exactly what she will remember about you. The second mistake is the aggressive hug. This is the exact opposite of the weak one, and it can be just as bad, if not worse. This is when a man squeezes way too hard, holds on for much too long, or lets his hands move to places that aren't right for that specific moment. This doesn't actually show strength. Instead, it feels like you are pushing your way into her private, personal space. What does she feel in that moment? She feels uncomfortable and a bit trapped. She feels like you might not understand how to behave gently around others. Her system starts to wonder if you even respect her boundaries. The very second that a tiny bit of doubt starts to grow, any spark of attraction or liking disappears immediately. It is like a candle being blown out by a cold wind. The third mistake is what I call the ghost hug. This one is often missed by a lot of people, but it is very important. This happens when you are hugging her with your body, but your mind is somewhere else entirely. Maybe you are looking around the room to see who else is there. Your body feels tight and tense like a spring, or you are holding your breath without knowing it. Or maybe you end the hug very fast, like you just accidentally touched a hot stove. You are there with your body, but you aren't really there with your spirit. This makes a woman feel like she doesn't really matter to you. It feels like you were there, but you weren't truly with her in that space. In many ways, that feels even worse than a weak hug because it feels like she is invisible. Now, let's talk about what actually changes everything: the strong, caring hug. This way of connecting is something we talk about a lot in our special guides for building deep attraction between people. The most important part is that a masculine hug is firm, it has a clear purpose, and it feels very solid, like a rock. You don't wait for her to start the hug, you take the lead and show the way. Your feet should be planted firmly on the ground so you feel stable and strong. When your body is stable, it tells her heart that your emotions are stable and safe too. Place one of your hands right between her shoulder blades and put the other hand in the middle of her back. Be chest to chest with her and use a steady, gentle pressure. You aren't trying to crush her, of course, but you aren't letting go too soon either. Most importantly, you must remember to breathe. Breathing while you hug keeps you relaxed, and being relaxed is something that spreads like warmth from one person to another. If you are calm, she will feel it in her own skin, and her body will start to feel calm and safe too. The best amount of time for a hug is usually between 2 and 4 seconds. It isn't just a tiny tap like you would give a buddy at a game, but it isn't so long that it starts to feel strange or awkward. It is just enough time for her to realize that you know exactly what you are doing. And here is a big secret: you should be the one to end the hug, not her. Let go slowly and very calmly. You might even let your hands slide down her arms gently as you step back a little bit. Then look her right in the eyes and give her a kind, relaxed smile. The way you finish the hug is just as important as the way you began it. Remember, every single hug you give is like a small window into the kind of man you are. It shows your character in a tiny, beautiful moment. She won't sit down and study this, but she will carry that warm feeling with her long after the hug is over. Starting today, you have a special secret that most men will never know. You understand that these small human details matter more than anything else. If you want to keep learning how to build these real deep connections, stay close to this group of caring people and learn more as we go. Next week, I have another secret to share with you about what women feel but can almost never explain with words clearly. I will see you then, my dear friend. Good luck today.